I think I am. Mic check, mic check, mic check. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Wait, am I live or not? Mic check, mic check. What? How you doing, everybody? I think I got you now, I think. What's up, C-Sal? What's up, Alias? Not sure what's going on, but welcome to the folks that are here. What can I say? The ones that care. Thank you.
Isn't Nick a Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby.
You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border. And then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on American soil. So he became the anchor baby. You don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor Baby. How you doing, everybody? Happy Tuesday. A pleasure to be back with all of you. Mic check, mic check. And it's a pleasure to be back. What can I say? Welcome, everybody, on this fine Tuesday. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. Should be a nice chill Tuesday with all of you, with a number of things to get into. So welcome. We're back at it again. The madness. And it's a pleasure to be back with all of you. December already. Tuesday. Going by fast. And Christmas is already upon us. Incredible. You know, I had a first thing here I wanted to show y'all. You know, in the spirit of being able to see, in the spirit of being able to filter noise, to discern, in the spirit of, you know, flexing that discernment muscle to failure so that you may be ready for things tomorrow. I like that, okay? It's not, this is what I like that. So let me talk about that. Let me show you something. Okay? Nick, what video are you going to show us? Let me show you a little video. Let me pull it up. In the spirit of Yeah, discernment, being able to see for yourself without having to have someone tell you what to think, without having to resort to the world, to your baser instincts. Let me show you a little something. Here's a little video for you. Let's watch it together. I believe we're in India. Okay. You guys are laughing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, this worked. Oh my god. You guys are like, Nick, what other immigrant video are you gonna show us of people? Like, give us the stuff, buddy. You know, tell us the straight deal. What's wrong with these people, right? You guys are like, another video in India. Right, what a mess. What's wrong with this culture? The white plates did a break. The comments are the same. They're like, oh, 2 minutes work is still 2 minutes, okay? No change or productivity booster, okay? Just show offs, all jumping to attract viewers. Okay, that person might get it a little bit. He's a failure. He's ever put together anything. He's breaking more than he's fixing. These guys are all like, wow, dumb. And you guys didn't stop. And you guys did the same thing. And you didn't stop for a moment. Take a little moment, just a little moment. And think for yourself, just a little bit. You've been on the internet, you've been watching all the videos about Indians. And maybe even some great discussions in truth. Okay, you know, you're not allowed to say things about other people and cultures. Whatever. Truth. I use quotation marks. If it ain't love, it ain't truth, but whatever. And you got swept up. You got swept up. You're like, that's the basic instinct. That's obviously what everybody's thinking. That's what this video represents. You didn't even stop for a moment to think this whole thing was a joke. Like a self-aware joke. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just this. That's the only point here is this. This is what I saw, and I saw everybody tripping. I'm like, hold on. This or that fact about Indians and all that may be true and all that, but look, that's not even important here. You're all tripping about a joke. You think the oh my gods are for us. That's for us, the English-speaking audience. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They're trolling. Yeah, Nate, I bet I can cook Mexican food just as good as Sisal. We're all the same. Interpreters. Nothing but interpreters in the chat. It's just interpreters. I'm saying what I'm saying. What I'm saying. You hear me? People are saying other things in the chat. This is what I'm saying. You thought it was... You didn't even stop to think and have any space. You think I'm saying, oh, we're all the same. You're missing the point. It's not even they're adapting to trolls, Sassy Kuchiha. It's way simpler than that. They're just making a funny video. And they're aware the audience is us. They're saying, oh my god, for us. That's not a commentary on... I don't have a movement. I'm not here selling a movement. No, guys, we got to be this type of conservative movement that's actually okay with Indians. And I'm not making any commentary other than me saying what I'm thinking. You should send him some Target gift cards, Knit. So nobody sees what I'm saying. It's just me. That's cool. Oh my god! No problem, chat, but I'm just making a point too. So thanks for letting me make the point. You know, if I may use you to make the point, right? Don't take it personally. We're Americans, Nick. That's not our humor. The point though is everyone reacting, and why did they react? Because they're going with just the basic vibe right now, which is Indians are whatever, and this particular video is not that. It's just this particular Nick defending the Jeets a little too much. You're saying Jeet now. You're like, you're all missing. That's the only reason I'm going deeper into this. I thought this would be like, nice, Nick, cute little point. I totally agree. Be aware. You should be aware. All thoughts are lies. Even if yesterday they said a million facts about Indians, this video, I'm watching this fresh new video in this fresh new moment. Let me have my own mind. I thought that was a quick point. I thought you guys would be like, oh, you know, that's cute, Nick. Thanks, man. Let's move on. I'm going deeper because I'm a little surprised. That is actually, is that difficult to understand? We'll see who's laughing when Jesse finds out he can hire that guy to be producer for $3 a day. I'm not making a commentary on immigration. You see, I don't have a movement. Think about it. You're missing that this was a joke. And everybody's saying this, Indian culture. This is not. They thought he was really working. And saying, this guy, this is not really productive. What a dumb Indian. Indians work like this. That there may be videos that show such things. This particular one is a joke, and you gotta be. And I'm just saying, this is a commentary on awareness. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's just me, maybe. Who cares? Just me. That's why I'm talking about it. I feel like this is. It's clear this is a joke, though. Maybe you got it, Chris. You know, some things that you don't need to translate. You know what I'm saying? We could. You gotta this discernment. It's a point of discernment. You could see if these things go beyond language. You gotta be a full individual. No, you're a man in this world. You don't have to be anything, I guess. You don't have to be anything, but discerning someone joking. If you can't do that, isn't that like an inability to operate correctly? Whoa. You're setting yourself up for being lied to. Now anyone can push your buttons and send you some video, blah blah blah. No, it's not even getting their humor, Sal. Obviously this is only interesting to me, but I like it. That's why I'm on it. That's why I'm responding to you. Like, no, it's not that I don't get. Guys, you just have to get their humor. If you couldn't see that was a joke and you just went with dirty Indians doing what Indians do, then you're not aware and you're not praying. You're not doing the silent prayer. I can't even discern NASA. Who says NASA? What kind of anchor baby? What kind of anchor baby English? I can't even discern NASA isn't real. So what the heck am I saying? Some of you are saying here. I wasn't gonna spend that much time. No. Not all, but most are pooping in the streets. So what are you gonna? I'm gonna assume you guys are all into this too.
To the people of Newry, morning down.
You're like, yeah, let me work on myself. I'm working on myself. I love Jesse. I pray. Let's see. What do you got? Let me see. You guys are into this too.
To the people of Newry, Mourne and Down, we, the New Republican movement, have watched their councillors and MLAs over the past 12 months. The level of disrespect shown to the people who put you into power, this cannot be ignored any longer. We are proud men of Ireland. We are patriots. Your policies and decision-making in regards to flooding our communities with undocumented military-aged men is not acceptable. We will not sit back any longer and watch our culture and religion destroyed by the people we put in power. Also, the sexual indoctrination of our children in schools has not went unnoticed either. The New Republican movement will take immediate action against anyone who threatens our ways of life and the safety of our women and children. We have your addresses and known your movements. Every one of you are legitimate targets as of today. The New Republican movement, the 28th of 11/25.
What, you guys are saying this looks tough? Dude, this guy got his... They're like, what guns do we have? Bro, what guns do we have? Yeah, I got this. I got my grandpa's... I got the barrel. Is there even more gun to that? Is there even more gun to this? What is this? I got the barrel. Maybe it's a little snub. I don't know what the heck that is. I got the barrel of my grandpa's shotgun. And what do you have? What do you have? Yeah, I got a gun, bro. Yeah, me too, me too. I'll put my gun here and we'll look tough. Whatever. I mean, I'm just commenting on the look, okay? If I may, this is not a commentary on the Irish. I have my commentary on that in a moment. It's just like, I'm seeing your comments. It's like, on the looks and vibes, let's be real here. And in terms of marketing, what you're showing here, it's like grandpa's barrel. You know, you're saying sawed off shotguns, but the sawing off happens over here. Where's this part of the gun? I don't see it anywhere, unless it's super tiny. He's got his finger, what? It's supposed to be trigger discipline, but that's not the trigger. That's the handguard of that barrel. Unless I'm tripping. I don't know guns. But so I'm on the vibes. You know, it's like on the look, right? It's like, is this the militia? You know, here's the commentary though. I mean, like, I can disavow this all day. I could say it's anger all day. And I think it is. I don't really put it like this. I'm just focused on me, right? If I have anger. What's happening here is like, how do I put it? Like, Nick wants chat to be deep. He'll be disappointed. See, Sal just sober. I'm sober-minded now. My bad, chat. I was the wrong one, actually. What's happening here is like inevitable is what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Like, with the situation and nothing being done about it, you're going to have conflict. And what is people supposed to do? Hey, this has been the vibe of the institutions since Trump, basically. Hey, chill. Stop. No nationalism. No populism. No, none of that. Just go back to what we were thinking, what we were taught. It's racist to say what you're saying. There's no room there. There's no evolution. I don't know. And so all I'm saying is this is not a justification of this. Like I'm saying, I could disavow it all day, and I do, because I'm not into the violence. I don't really think I can't really think of a good time or reason for it. I think if there's a time, people say, but Nick, the people of 1776 though. Oh, but Nick, the people of 1916, that's Ireland. They're saying, oh, the men of 1916 would disagree. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm like, that's kind of different. Like, if such a time comes, it'll be obvious. And those men, the men that started America, and maybe even the ones in 1916, I mean, they had a conviction. They were like men of God. They were some of the best of the best of the best of men. From the things I read, I never met him. They were some of the best of men. Like, sincerely. Democrat, Republican, whatever they were. And what can I say? I mean, there's a time to fight. I mean, I don't know. That's just words. I can't tell you, sitting here, I can't think of a reason. It's time to, when they do this, when they do this. Who's they? That should violence start. So that's why I disavow. But here's the point. I could disavow it all day, but this is like inevitable. because it's wrong what's happening, right? By the elected leaders. If not now, then later. So that's, I mean, that's also why I believe in discourse. I think there is a way to, vote. I'm using your words because you guys cringe at, well, you want to vote, disavow violence, man. Disavow the violence of these people, like I said. There's a, Nick, you ever been in a fight? You're missing what I'm saying. Their time may come, but I can't say, I'm not going to make this video. I'm just saying. Where I stand and where you stand, that's not the point here. It's like, oh, Nick, are you okay with violence? A little more this way or that way? I mean, you guys are kind of like me. Stop LARPing. Okay. I'm revolutionary. I'm going to take arms against the government. Like, shut up. Okay. Maybe I'm a little bit less for violence or whatever. You're a little bit more this way. The point is that this is going to like go this way because they're not doing anything about it. Oh, did I answer your question? Like Power Rangers fights is like in school. I don't know. The only real fight I've seen, let me think, ended really fast. Fights I've seen, but in school, I remember I was mad though. Like I was trying to fight this guy, and then people were like, "You fight like, why are you guys fighting like Power Rangers?" And then we stopped fighting. I grew up in suburbia. I ain't trying to fight. No. I'm trying to explain myself a bit here. I'm saying this and that because I'm both not haven't fully thought this out, but I am trying to express we probably agree here that it's not just a blanket violence is wrong. I'm presenting both because I feel a little bit in the middle. Not in the middle. I feel like logically thinking there's a time to fight. Wars have happened. So that's in the world of possibilities. But sitting here, I can't think of a reason like I need to take up guns and start fighting. I can't just think of one. So anyways, I don't need to like justify them but I will sit here and like disavow it because as I stand here now, I'm not with violence and I can't think of a movement. It's like, okay, I'm taking up arms for this movement. Like I'm not. So I just look, these things, and I'll say this, I think at these moments, at this time, we should maybe disavow this. Maybe. I'm giving you the maybe. At this time, I cannot think of a reason to take up arms like in a significant way. So we have to disavow these kinds of things because it'll be used against us. Like, think about the people who created like America and all that. You think it was well, now I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like it was well thought out. Am I wrong about that? Or was it just like, folks, we're going out here with faith and it's like, damn, this fight started and oh, damn, the British are on us. So, let me stop on that. I overheard a discussion about political violence and one guy said it does nothing and the other said the men of 1916 would disagree. The Republic of Ireland was founded on violence. Can you inform me here? Please, I'm just an ignorant anchor baby. Sure. Thank you, ChatGPT. They're talking about the East. So what happened in 1916? They're talking about the Easter Rising, which took place in Dublin in 1916. It was an armed rebellion by Irish Republicans against British rule. The leaders declared an independent Irish Republic and seized key buildings across Dublin. See, this sounds planned. Seizing key buildings sounds like well, see, again, now I'm just talking ish because who's to say these guys can't plan that eventually, but I'm not in Ireland. I don't think we need to be seizing key buildings in America. I think that's crazy right now. Someone can tell me otherwise. Time to take arms. I mean, like, all men know this. All men know this, right? But I'm willing to hear you all out. Here's the thing, too. I think people have a knee-jerk reaction to white men like that. And maybe I'm having some of that. I don't know what it is. I come from, like, Jesse and, like, I don't know. It just meant a lot to me to hear about loving all people. I know that's the truth. But there's something to be said about, like, this knee-jerk reaction of white men, especially masked up like that. It's like, okay, whoa, go, okay, that's a little too far, fellas. And I'm just kind of I'm just thinking that out loud. I mean, there's something to be said about that, I think. Militarily, the Rising failed. This is back to 1916. It was suppressed within a week. Most leaders were executed. Failure? Why do people say the men of 1916 would disagree? Even though the rebellion failed militarily, the political impact was enormous. I'm learning a little bit about Ireland here. The British execution of the leaders created public sympathy for the independence. Irish public opinion shifted dramatically in favor of breaking from the UK. And in 1918, the pro-independence party won an election victory. This led to the Irish War of Independence. And then it resulted in an Anglo-Irish treaty creating Ireland as we know it. Interesting. I mean, I'm speaking on things that I'm clearly ignorant on. Like, Nick, you don't know what really happened then, but I'm thinking a little bit out loud about Brexit. Think Ireland, and they're like, we're fighting for independence and we got it. But independence, are the people independent? Like, I think you got to have an awareness of what's going on. If you say, let's have Brexit, we fought for it, but the people who were like, what were they out there? If I'm trying to remember Brexit, the talk was, globalism, and that's not untrue, but they still got a bunch of immigrants being thrown in. So I think it comes down to the people having a particular awareness, the men having a particular awareness of the things going on. No, it's not just, you got the power, you got the powerful people, the elite against the people. No. The elite and others, some are more knowledgeable than I, are bringing in immigrants to demographically replace you. It's like, oh, okay, that's a little bit more specific. It's the only way to stop it, I think. You have to start with like an awareness of it. And so I'm thinking Brexit, it's like, okay, you people, it's like, we got independence, yay. But they lack the true awareness of what's happening to them, their country. Ireland, I don't know. 1916 is a little too far for me. I just read a little ChatGPT on it. Could you draw some parallels? Let's move on. What elites? I'm talking about what the people at the time were saying, like during Brexit and stuff. And if the men at the time, when they were clamoring for what they wanted, which was this Brexit, they were saying stuff like the elites. And looking back, I'm saying right now that maybe that's not enough. It has to be a specific awareness of what's happening. Like the immigrants. Because Brexit didn't stop that. We're independent. We're finally going to be a sovereign nation, they were saying. Remember, sovereignty. This is for sovereignty. Ireland, this is for sovereignty. What's happening in Ireland? I thought they got their sovereignty. They should be able to keep these people out. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm thinking a specific awareness is needed. And these young generations, the youngins, they don't have a filter on these things. So, I don't know what's coming next. Man, thank you so much for holding. We got Garrett, New Hampshire, on the air.
Hey.
How you doing,
what's
sir?
going on, Nick?
All is well, man. Thanks for holding.
You were talking a little bit about history, and I thought I'd drop a little bit of a funny thing.
Let's go.
So you were talking about history, obviously colonization of America and everything else like that, and the way that people treated people differently. So I'm actually related to Miles Standish.
Wait, who's that?
Captain of the Mayflower.
I'm just a dumb anchor baby. Wait, I feel silly. Captain of the Mayflower. They discovered the.
No, ask any question you'd like.
Okay, so he's the captain of the Mayflower. Let me remember. The Mayflower. They were like these Europeans. They came over, right?
Yeah.
They came over on the Mayflower.
Yep.
Okay.
And
you're a descendant of the captain of one of these ships.
Related by marriage.
Well, sir.
He was my great 5 times over uncle.
Well, amazing. How did you come to know this?
My great Grammy Standish, God rest her soul, is my Grammy Standish, and so as far as my great grandmother, the name Standish was in my family until my great Grammy Standish married into the family that I'm currently in, and I don't mind doxing my last name, but if it's your show, I don't want to dox if.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
On the show.
I mean, I should have kind of jumped in before. Don't say too much personal info.
Yeah,
don't say anything you don't think you should say. And,
No.
And let me go above and beyond. Don't say people's last names.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind because Miles Standish was a historical figure.
And I'm following that. It's a famous name. It's hard to get around that in this conversation. So how do you spell that? I hate to ask you that after what we just said.
Standish?
Yeah.
Standish. Standish.
Cool.
So, my last name is not their last name. Through marriage, the name is changed.
Miles Standish.
Yes. Yep. Myles.
Yeah, we got him on the wiki.
Yep. So, by marriage, he's one of my uncles.
That's cool, man. What do you know? Do they know any cool stories or anything about him? Like, Captain of the Mayflower's already pretty significant.
Well, he was a ladies' man.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I think about 5 wives or 5 courtships, if you would.
Like at the same time?
Not necessarily at the same time.
Like polygamy type thing?
No, not necessarily. Well,
I don't even know.
Maybe he got around.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it was like 2 at the same time, 3 at the same time, but it was well, he was a man's man, and he liked to get around. It's stories we passed down through the family that we joke around now, and it's one of those things where it's like, well, it was a different time kind of thing. So we hold no disrespect for him or anything else like that, but he had some Native American wives, had some English wives, and he had some kids.
That's for sure. Well, sir, I didn't know I was speaking to a heritage American by marriage. Very cool.
Yeah. No, it's actually, so, I mean, we joke around about it now in the family because, we are obviously only disassociated by one name. The Spanish name went to the other name when it went to the family that I'm in. But it's like we're French, European, Polish by my mom's side, but the Polish isn't part of the Standish name. But it was a funny thing, and I think that what I'm essentially trying to relate it to is like I'm almost as white as you can get without dipping into the little bit of Native American I have in my heritage. And
got a little Indian in you.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's just one of those things. So I saw that thing you were talking about with the native Indians, the Indians from India.
Yes.
So.
Oh, the video? The little silly video?
Yeah. I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I know that some people would be so appalled to laugh at that, but for us, as absolutely pasty white as we are, we have such a love for them that it was confusing to me the first time that I talked to certain people, because they thought that I was, and this is some of the reason why some people call me racist, because I will laugh with them and go along with their jokes, and they love it. They absolutely love it. They love being treated like another person. And some people get really puckered when they hear somebody laughing at some of those jokes, because they're like, I don't know if it's okay to laugh. I can't exactly deem this correct because it seems like you're making fun of them. But as pasty white as I am, laughing with those people, I will be sitting next to somebody and absolutely having a great time, and then other people will look at me and say, like, that seems so racist, and I'm like, what's the problem with having fun with them? So it's kind of like a mirror on them of, like, you're the one that's being judgmental because you're choosing whether or not you can actually interact with these people and have a good time, because you're so worried about hurting their feelings, when the only thing that they want is just to be treated like another person.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I think that's like a fun. That's like you're talking about what everybody wants, right? I think we can, in that sense, we can be like, hey, we all share a little humanity here. We all get people all have sinned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So totally get that. You know, I was making a so much more basic point too, because put it like this, I honestly think here's what I think the joke was. The joke in that video is that we think this is crazy. This is what I'm trying to say. I think that's what they're doing. They're going, oh my God, and breaking plates and acting crazy because, and this is not a lie, there are real videos of India that are crazy and have gone super viral and it's become a cultural thing. And so that's what these guys are cashing in on. They're like / cashing in on it or / trying to soften it, because it's like, I don't know what it is, but the point is that video was a joke.
Yeah.
It was just merely a joke. And I think the joke was, hey, look how dirty and crazy we are. We know that the Americans are gonna react this way. And we're going, oh my God, for them.
Yeah.
So
no,
it was way more basic, but I get what you're saying, man.
I have people in New Hampshire who work at, like, we got a lot of people who work around, like, convenience stores around here that are from India. And then we also have, like, some other folks that work from different parts of the world, plenty of people, J1s and stuff like that work around here. And you can actually see how uncomfortable they get when somebody walks up to the counter all puckered and they just don't know how to treat them. And it's just such a rough reaction, or interaction rather. And then I'll walk up to the counter and I'll have a chit chat with them back and forth, and it's just so different. Like, it feels like you can see their shoulders like drop and they actually get into the conversation. We've had some fun, we've had some jokes, we've had some laughs. And even when I talk to some people, I've said to some people, like, I just love the black people when they smile and when they talk, because there's just so much soul in that smile. There's just so much.
You said that?
Yeah. I've said that to people. I've said that to people before. Like, I just love when black people smile, when they laugh, because there's just so much soul in that.
May I tell you what I'm thinking here right now?
Yeah.
With a collection of things you said. You said, as pasty white as I am. And again, it is because you said these things, I now have formed this impression. So I just want to ask you so that you can either dispel it or just tell me what you're thinking. you said I'm as pasty white as I am, and I act a certain way, and I'm able to interact with. You were talking about minorities, basically, brown people. You're like, I can interact with them. Other people are tripping. They don't treat them right or whatever. As pasty white as I am, I'm doing it this way. And then now you're saying I see black people smile and I see their soul. How do I put this? You sound like, I'm just being honest. This is not a personal thing. It's just, you sound like someone who is afraid of minorities, who has to ingratiate himself, kind of like, is that something you do? And you kind of like make minorities feel better or something and safe?
No, it's exactly the opposite. I don't let them know that I'm, I don't make a point to go ahead and say that to them or anything else like that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going around telling them, like, hey, blacks, I love your smile. It's so much soul.
No.
The smiles usually hide smiles usually hide like a nasty heart. Let me be real.
No, so like it's more of like a it's more of like a picturesque kind of thing. Like you see, have you ever seen that meme of that black guy? He goes, "Yeah, boy," and he smiles, and he just got such a beautiful smile.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Why do I know that? So yeah, boy meme. Why do? Oh, yeah, boy. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I have to show Chad what you're talking about. I have to show Chad what you're talking about. He's okay. So he says, Chad. He's like, okay, I saw this man and I saw the soul and his beautiful smile. Let me show Chat, and boom.
Yeah, no,
Chad,
I don't go out.
I don't think he's wrong. I think he's absolutely. I mean, it's very captivating. It's a big smile, but dude, I just treat everybody the same.
Yeah, no, you're like I said, you're free to ask questions. No, I don't go out of my way. Yes, that's the guy. Yeah, boy. It just looks so soulful. It's a beautiful.
I gotta
smile.
say, now that I'm looking at this picture and you saying your words are hitting a little different. I was like, black smile, soulful. I'm looking at this. I'm like, you know what? Let me back it up. Garrett is absolutely correct. This is a very soulful smile. So I'll say that. Let me start there.
Yeah,
I was just telling you my impression. Because.
No, I appreciate a conversation.
Yep.
Because a lot of the times I've actually talked with my brother about this, and he says that I say things that sound crazy, and without having a little bit of context behind what I'm speaking on, it sounds crazy.
Because we're supposed to just treat people the same, right? It's like, and that's probably what those people you were describing were not doing. They're walking up to people, having an idea or whatever, and they're having an awkward conversation with someone. And I think that's what I'm gathering you were saying. Meanwhile, you're going up to people, and it's just like, black, white, whatever. I mean, I treat you the same.
Yeah, no, I never.
Have you heard this kind of conversation? Have you heard people go like, oh, like the soul in black people, these other white people, they don't know how to hang with minorities like I do. Have you heard this kind of talk? Those people, again, I'm judging, man. I'm judging. Those people have like a weakness and a fear of minorities.
Yeah,
they're just people. They're just people. Go ahead.
I mean, that's. I mean, I've been called racist like so many times, and I've had so many different people tell me that I'm just acting in an atrocious manner. And then I see the way that they interact with some people and the way that I interact with some people, and it's completely different. When I'm interacting with some people, I can have like a steady conversation, and it's kind of similar to what I was talking with James earlier. When you look at somebody's eyes, you see that they're like focused and intent on certain things, and rather than relaxed and actually like looking at you, like, I don't want to puff myself up or anything. Don't think I'm doing that, but when I talk to certain people, I'll have a conversation, and then I'll have a conversation with somebody afterwards, and they're like, you were just totally disrespectful to them. And suddenly the person that I was talking to, that they were talking to, is more calm talking to me, and they seem more on edge or more business-like talking to somebody else, almost like it's a transaction when they're talking to somebody else. But when I'm talking with them, it seems more like a conversation rather than just going back and forth and what do you want? What do you want?
Well, I got you, man. No, I got you, man. I'm understanding you more, and I got you. Thanks for expressing yourself there, Garrett. I wasn't trying to put anything on you. What was I? I forgot what I was gonna say to you, sir. Anything else you want to speak on before we move the wheels?
No, I guess I'll save it for another time.
Of course.
Kudos to you. You got me to dox one more thing about my life.
Oh no.
No, I'm just joking. I just know that you and James have a tendency every time I call in.
We're trying to protect y'all.
No, I appreciate that.
Some people, sometimes callers get really lack awareness and, just throw all their stuff out there. We're just trying to help you from jumping off. But, sir.
Yeah, no.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Nick. Have a great day.
Call me again. So much soul in JLP's smile. Okay. Let me back it up here. There's a lot of soul. There's a lot of soul in the... Look, whatever. Remember they were saying melanin means you have compassion or something? It's so silly. You guys are making me think of something. You guys are making me think of something. You guys are making me think of something. Hold on. Oh, well. Nick won't let this Indian video go. I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. What are y'all saying here? Eight 449002229. Oh, let me do this. Boom. Anyways, the Irish. That's where we were. It's also, we're kind of on this too. Okay. This has to be like just same old story. Refugee out of the country. Now the story of this guy, Iman Osman, is that he was appointed to city council over there, Lewiston City Council, okay? That is in Maine. Yeah. Ward 5. They're saying he doesn't even have a residence there. He doesn't even live there. It's crazy. What's happening to Lewiston? Now, there's an interesting detail, which is the support. Now, that's the claim. The claim is he doesn't even live in the ward. He's appointed to city council. What are these, foreign refugees don't even live there? What are they doing there? The interesting detail is the Democrats supporting this, right? The Democrat mayor and this Democrat team there, and the Maine Democrats being just fine with this, which shows a strategy. It shows like a continuing strategy. Looking forward, you can expect, just like Kathy Hochul supporting Mamdani, you could expect basically just, Ilhan Omar, I swear, it's like we just heard about Somali who just got here yesterday is given the keys of the city and like is about to change everything. Like I keep hearing about that. That's the strategy. They're telling you that's the strategy with the Democrats. Just like on the nose, right? On the nose, just we're taking power, keeping it, and doing the best we can to keep it, even if for any reason, the destruction of the country, who cares? Demographic change-up doesn't matter to me, they'll say. But you know, I'm looking at this, I'm really just bringing it up because it's like, isn't this one of those Republican, Democrat, same thing? Now, the claims here, it's like, well, what is a person that doesn't maintain a residence working there? How does that make sense? I mean, the American government doesn't, like, I was trying to think of it off the top. Maxine Waters. She doesn't live in the 43rd district or whatever. Maxine Waters, the one who was like pushing for more public housing, more projects. She lives in the 43rd congressional district. That's like a common occurrence. These people don't live in their districts, their wards. They're heavily insulated from all the things. I mean, it's really no different, but there is a little bit of details that are different, sure. I won't be obtuse. In a sense, you could say this could be an ally, but let me give you kind of like the crude take, which is honest because people are not so informed, and I'm not that informed. Because I don't know this guy. I've never seen him. He's supposed to be the Texas GOP chairman. And okay, fine. Maybe he said, hey, Nick, he could be an ally. It's not just Indian, not Indian. He could be an ally. Like, I agree. I think even like a Vivek or whatever, they've shown, here's my point. As long as you say, I don't have to know your heart. I'm leaving space on this. Understanding the reality of America and the demographics. But the point is that they're no different, right? Democrat, Republican, like you could say, oh, we need the Texas right, and you can't have, and marriage is, we can't redefine marriage. You can't punish the Bakers Act. We got to have free speech. But you know, people they're just unhappy because, well, you know, it's just not America anymore. It's like all these people from different countries. It's not a hate. It's not a hate thing. It's turned into hate. It's turned into all sorts of ideas and conclusions, maybe. But at its core, it's just that. It's like, wow, America for who?
Individuals may live as they wish. We don't care. But the society shouldn't be compelled to affirm or celebrate it. If faith or traditional values lead someone to oppose it, there should not be no civil or criminal penalties. Democrats push for mandates that punish dissent, like
sure, yeah. So sounds good, right?
For declining to certain requests. We've seen faithful businesses dragged through courts. Texas stands for liberty, protect consciousness, and
there's something I gotta say. I was in Texas, downtown Texas. We went to go do the Pearl interview with Jesse. I go out of the hotel, take a walk down the street. I'm getting a little food. I want to see downtown, to be honest. I'm not exaggerating. Again, maybe this is just a little area. But I walked down the street, all the way down. Up the other one. Because there was all these shops. There was this one big shop with like a bunch of food. I was looking for food. I was in Dallas. Downtown. I was in Dallas, Texas. And every restaurant, I'm telling you, every restaurant was run by Indians. I'm hearing about the U of Texas. I don't know. This is video I saved, viral video. It's just it reminded me of Canada and the quick change there. Now, again, I'm not from Tejas in Dallas like that. Anybody from Dallas in the chat? Is that just, oh, Nick, yeah, that's downtown Dallas. That's Indians have been there forever. I guess that would be a response in its own story. I don't know the answer. Is it like Minnesota? It was white in the 70s, literally the 70s. It was 99% white. How does that, in like a generation, you're going to become a minority? In a generation, help me understand that. Now again, Dallas, no, Nick, you don't understand the Indian enclave of Dallas, the well-known Indian enclave of Dallas. Then okay, I'll hear you out, but I mean, I'm just saying. I picture Nit walking in a cowboy hat, seeing Indian businesses like, what the? yeah. I got there. I'm like, yo, I'm in Dallas. I'm the anchor baby in Dallas. Let me get my cowboy on. I pull out my American passport. I'm like, thank you. I put on a cowboy hat. I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, oh damn, I'm in Canada again. Oh, I'm in Canada. This is what happened in Canada. Will it be that younger generations won't even meet white people until they're like in a real way and like acknowledge them and their culture and their like shared culture until they're in their double digits? That's what happened to me in Canada. I met like the Canadian whites later in life, years after arriving to the country that's that country that let me in. But that was just like a little anecdote from Dallas. A little bit of the same on both sides. Here's an interesting thing on Vivek, because this is what they're saying. They're asking Vivek a genuine question. Vivek Ramaswamy, how do you reconcile headlining IT Serve Alliance's annual conference after watching the video posted below? There's a video going around about this IT Serve Alliance. Now, IT Serve Alliance. Okay. Largest association of IT services organizations. I'll let their thing here, I was looking at it earlier, tell you themselves. IT Service Alliance. You know, all these consulting firms, empowering IT services and consulting firms, founded with the vision to provide collaborative platform for IT professionals and businesses. This video is going around, IT Serve Alliance, and asking Vivek, how can you headline this group, this conference here, when this is how they think?
Kick the butt of Donald Trump. Kick his ass, really. Let's face it, kick him twice. And what did they have? A brand new president that was full, and I don't care which side, I don't care. First of all, when Trump talks about anti-immigrant, I'm always surprised. 2 out of his 3 wives were immigrants. and as it's true. And somebody recently said, you know, the joke that they make, that immigrants do all the hard work that no other person wants to do. That's what they talk about, the poor wives who got married to him, that no other American would want to be with him. The fact is, Prakash mentioned it, the president is not God. The president is not making the laws in this country, though he thinks he can make laws. So remember this, when you leave this evening, when you go back home, stop worrying at night.
Look at this lady here. What the?
When you panic and worry, that means you have not become a member of IT Serve. That means you don't believe in your own power. And that means you have not believed in the power of unity as an organization.
Power of unity. This is not hardcore about that. Like, if you panic, just this phrase, this one phrase, you know, you guys are going to trip. Nick is supporting IT Serve Alliance. Just that disjointed sentence. If you panic, you're not one of us. if you panic and have fear, you're not one of us, said Jesus Christ to the Christians. Maybe not in those words. I think maybe in some of those words, actually. Remember the boat? But that's a different story. Look, the entitlement, it really, you see, it really comes down to like, this opposition thing. In my mind, because how do I put this? That's the crime in my mind, I guess, so to speak. I'm not a politician. I don't run the law, and so I don't know. I'm not trying to arrest people in that way. But if it was my world, what's the big crime to me? Is it that they're Indian? It's that they're opposed. How do I put it? Yeah, that they're in conflict, avowed conflict to. It's like schoolyard. It's like schoolyard rules in my head. How you're supposed to be this team. Why are you acting like an enemy of this team? That does not make sense. You're disqualified. You're right. It's that opposition. See, she's talking about white people and Trump. See, it's become this opposition to America and its ideals. Now it becomes the race is deeply tied and involved. I think personally the ground zero is like this opposition in the mind. This opposition in the mind to believing you're or how to put this, that you're an enemy, right? And of course it plays on the races. Obviously it does. Because they see themselves as their own. You can't blame them for that. And so when they see themselves as their own, they're an opposed team. That's the crime in my mind. And so that's why you can get people that are not Indian that sound like this. I mean, who's this? Who's this lady? Who's that? Hello? They're talking about you. I think. They're talking about you, lady.
At night, when you I don't care. First of all, when Trump talks about anti-immigrant, I'm always surprised.
Always surprised. So it's just an endless, our team, hey, no, we're with, hey, free speech, blah, 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 blah. But about us and more us. America, that's y'all. White people, that's y'all. We need more us. But yeah, we can work and shake hands and pretend, I guess. So Vivek, will you respond? Keynote speaker at IT Serve Alliance. He's like, guys, we got Vivek. Okay, one more thing. Vivek had said something that was somewhat interesting. Since he came up, got a chance to play it. It's about school. Schooling. Hey, parents of Ohio, you're thinking of a governor. Vivek is thinking about parents in the nuclear family.
Make parenting more affordable by making school year-round and going till 4.
Is there a longer clip on this? Vivek, school all year round. You ever had... Did any people in the chat, generations, was there always like summer break? Is that a more modern thing? I grew up with breaks, of course, like summer break and whatever, winter break. I don't know about winter break, but definitely summer.
Childcare.
Of course, Christmas, but anybody else, like, did the older generations have all year round school, or is that just super new?
Make parenting more affordable by making school year round and going till 4 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock so you don't have to pay for childcare.
How to lose an election in 3 words. What, school year round? The kids aren't voting. You think the kids aren't voting? The kids aren't voting, Carver. That's what you don't get. That's what you don't get. Oh, and he's saying all the right words. He's calling it making parenting more affordable. Oh, so now you could keep the kids in there more, right? You could work more. You don't have to make it back before the office closes because you got to pick up the bambinos. Now you don't have to pay for childcare. You don't have to. We also don't have to make the woman stay home. The mother of your children. The mother of your children. No. They'll just be at school. They'll just be at school with all of those. Just the most loving industry and institution. It's run by women. The gatekeepers of life and death. I will take you out. I will kill you in the womb. I am the gatekeeper of life. I don't see anything. Can't go wrong, right? This is him playing. This is what gets me about it is it's like the slimy part. And you guys know me, right? I'm like, like Nick. He's just Nick. It's Vivek. Whatever. I'm like, guys, he could be all right. We like Vivek. He's likes Trump. Maybe I'm gullible. Chat. Okay, you like Trump and I'm easy. But here's where I saw it's kind of slimy. It's kind of slimy. It's kind of slimy in that he's saying, "Hey, parents, vote for me. You can flout your responsibilities even more. You can live that life you want to live, right? You got children. You're supposed to stay home. Values, the nuclear family, traditional values in the family, conservatism. Bring it back, America." JK parents, let's just make it easy for you. Let's grease some wheels here. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I'm the governor. We're wink, wink, we're working on them family values. And I don't know if this is like a known thing because it wasn't to me growing up, but now I can't unsee it. As schooling, as daycare, so that mothers don't want to stay home and parents don't want to take care of their children and really raise them. And now I can't unsee it that way. So this was slimy to me. Like, Nick, no, this or that. That was slimy, Nick. I get it now. This one was the one for me. But anyways, the whole education thing is messed. I mean, people are like, those teachers are fat, sassy, overpaid. I was reading about how principals and counselors get paid crazy, like 6 figures, taxpayer money. They get paid these crazy salaries. And these counselors, who saw a counselor in their school growing up? I mean, when I was in high school, none of my friends saw this counselor. I never saw a counselor. Like, one time I pranked my teacher, and I admitted it, and I think I spoke to a counselor then. Because I wasn't supposed to do that. I disrupted class. Okay. I've never like disrupted class like that, but this was like a class disrupting prank. It was the prank of all pranks. I shouldn't have done it, but it just like full on disrupted class. I'm like, what is happening? I was like Dark Nick. It was like dark side. I'd be silly making jokes and stuff, but like dark mode Nick, like. But yeah, who saw their counselor? And they get paid like 6 figures. These people are paid. These people are paid. These principals, and they're dumber. People are dumber than ever. But anyways. So all year round school. Don't know. He said it because he thinks it'll work. Nick, my kids are under 4, already read short words, know all numbers, colors, shapes. There you go. I would seriously vote Democrat to stop Vivek from stealing summer break. There you go. We're getting it from the people. We're getting the polling data from the people. But the trans, Carver, but the trans. The Republicans deserve to lose, I think, sometimes. I think a lot of the time, maybe. Okay, let's see. What are y'all saying here? Thank you so much. Let me read some of these out. Thank you for the support. Let me see what y'all are saying. Let me see what y'all saying. Thank you, Jermaine, man. Thank you so much for the super chats. I mean, coffee's here on buymeacoffee.com/anchorbaby. Jermaine says, hey, Nick, what's poppin'? You thought you were escaping Itachi, huh? You're now under my genjutsu, LOL. Was that you bringing up Itachi? Why did Itachi Uchiha come up on the Hake Report today? I wasn't paying too much attention. Let me finish reading Jermaine's coffee. Maybe it was him. But why did an anime character come up on the Hake Report today? Why did Naruto come up on the Hake Report? Anybody want to film? They're talking Itachi Uchiha. So Jermaine goes on here. I think he's quoting Itachi. He says, people live their lives bound by what they accept as correct and true. That's how they define reality. But what does it mean to be correct or true? Merely vague concepts. Their reality may all be a mirage. Can we consider them to simply be living in their own world shaped by their beliefs? What do you think? That was an interesting moment. I think I remember that. Was that when he's dying or was that when he met them on the road? What moment was that? What was the context? Was he dying? Was that post-fight with his brother? Yes, I saw Naruto. That's actually an anime I saw. I saw Full Metal Alchemist. Dragon Ball, duh. That's pretty much it, I think. Okay. Right and wrong. I don't know what to think about it while I'm looking this up.
Each of us lives dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might...
You say, nerd, this is cold, though.
...be another's
Nerd,
illusion.
this is so cold. This is cold as...
However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasy.
Like, duh, right? But not duh, actually. This is crazy to people. But, you know, to some people, it's just a little seed. It's just, you just think about it. What is reality? The things we think in here? The things I see? My memories? Hold on. It's an interesting topic, Jermaine. And I think my honest response is I'm still pondering Itachi, JLP's, Jesus' words to this day. Maybe I need to get serious. Jermaine with another coffee says, another for you, Nick. Look at you now, groveling in the dirt, obsessed with the organization, obsessed with the clan, obsessed with our lineage. A worthless compulsion. A worthless compulsion that enslaves us all. All it does is limit our capabilities, and that in turn leads us to fear what you don't understand. I've had enough of this. There's no hope left for this pathetic clan. The people of this clan are all the same. You focus on the trivial and lose sight of what's most important. Change is impossible in this fog of ignorance. How can we evolve when regulations is the only thing we've ever known? That's Itachi talking about his own family, right? The Uchiha clan. It's like the Pharisees. It's like Jesus talking to the Pharisees about the inner versus the outer, the word versus the spirit, the regulation. It's like, okay, we got to follow tradition and regulation. But what are we doing here, man? What are we doing in this life? I got you, man. Thank you for that, Jermaine. Appreciate your coffees. But yeah, he was getting a little, he was becoming a self-hating Uchiha. Right, Jermaine? They say that about every race who criticizes their own, especially if they're not white. If it's black, they're a coon. You know what I'm saying? They say the self-hating Jew, the self-hating, and it's just like someone who thinks for themselves. I'm an individual. It's like, but I think Itachi had anger. But anyways, moving on. Thank you for the coffees, man. Thank you. We need a live stream while JLP watches anime. I think I have an anime for him to watch. Where is it? What? It used to be like the first hit.
Tell us, is it against our law for us to...
Look, it's anime Pharisees. Check it out.
Tell us, is it against our law for us to pay taxes to the Roman Emperor or not?
Show me a silver coin.
Jesus, speak to us.
Whose face and name are these on it?
This wouldn't really be like culturally significant and impactful though, right? It's like the point is we want JLP to, the point in my opinion, right? The point would be we want to give JLP, we're not trying to like get him to watch anime and like it. We're trying to get him, we're just trying to like culture shock, right? It's like do something he's never done. So I don't know if this would be a good one. Because it's just like the story he knows with anime visuals.
Is it against our...
Whose face and name are these on it?
Caesar!
Then give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's.
Remember the Pharisees were trying to trick Jesus here. Ah, they're so mad. This is funny. Anyways. Anime Jesus. That Jesus looks like Nick. He looks Irish. Kevin Howe. Oh, Willie Powell. Oh, I don't know why I assumed you said... Why did I assume that was Kevin Howe? So it's true, Willie Powell, your upside down cross is... I don't know. I don't know any chat. Someone got mad at me because Willie Powell, my mod, has an upside down cross. And they stopped watching my show forever. And I'm like, I don't care about that. He probably doesn't mean that. He doesn't hate Jesus. And even if he did, whatever. Well, I don't know. He's not running anything. He doesn't run anything. He just censors you if you're acting a fool. I've never had a problem with him. But is it true? You're upside down crosser. You don't have to respond to me. This is not important. Let's move on. Where were we here? We got California on the air. Thanks for your call. Your name, please.
Hey, man. Ramses?
What's up, Ramses? Thank you for your call.
Oh, hey, man.
How you doing, man?
Hello? Good. Can you hear me?
Yep, hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Go ahead.
So I have a question.
Of course.
I think I did say when they answered my call that it was a political question, if you don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all.
So, are you in California?
I am.
Okay. What do you think about DACA?
Oh, DACA. Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals.
Correct.
Are you a first-time caller, Ramses?
I am.
Oh, well, thanks for your call, man. How'd you find my show? Through Jesse?
Not actually, but it might have been through the algorithm. It just came up on my live streams that I check.
Oh, very cool, man. Well, appreciate your call. It's a pleasure. We're talking
But I didn't
DACA.
ever hear about it. Sorry, I didn't ever hear about your channel through Jesse, though. You know how they get mixed up, and then I was just looking through live streams that I could call into to ask questions. Yours came up, but it wasn't through Jesse, if you know what I'm saying.
That's cool, man. I'm glad to hear that it's going. I'm being found like that. Well, we're talking DACA a little, and okay, DACA is the children, right? So they were the children of people who came over. So the children were already born elsewhere, and they came. What do I think about it? I mean, I don't know what here's what the DACA itself. I mean, first instincts, they're not. We don't need that. You could call it an opposition, I guess, because wasn't that like Obama and all that?
It was.
Look, the point is, you might be able to inform me here on things I don't know, but I'm trying to answer you. First like instincts. We don't need it. Don't need anything like DACA. And what else was I thinking? And then that those people's lives, I don't wish them harm, that's what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so here's the complexity of the question, because I was trying to actually call JLP about the same question. I didn't get through, but the reason that I have the question is, you know how the immigration wave in the past 10 years is such a huge thing, and it's caused a lot of, problems. I mean, I live in San Diego, and I have seen like the real recent immigration thing where it's the Venezuelan thing and Haitians, etc. But then I also think about the stuff that happened 30 years ago where children did actually get brought over to the United States, actually against their will, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then they formed.
Well, they were children, right?
Life. But I do understand when it's things that are happening right now, like threats from like other countries, not next door in TJ, me being from San Diego, but like from the Middle East or Africa or Somalia, etc. What I think is like, I want to know what somebody could say to distinguish, okay, there's a person that's actually been here and they did not actually immigrate here, but they did form an entire life, and now they're basically not stuck, because you could go anywhere, but it's not that easy. And then there's people that are getting here and getting a whole premium pack of benefits for no reason at all. Who deserves it because the DACA people do exist, like the ones that have been here forever, and then there's the other side that I was just saying, where they just got here because Biden opened up the border and it became chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to filter that? What do you think?
You know what an honest response to that is? I think there is. We have
because I think there is.
Well, there obviously is a way. There's definitely a method. We have the technology. We have the methods. We could figure it out, and we could have that conversation and say, "Hey, you know what? It's not all the same. They're not all the same. Some were here because they were brought over, right? All these illegals, they're not all the same, and maybe we could treat them all a little different because of whatever reason." And you know what? That would maybe even be all fine and dandy. And you know what? The Americans I know would even be willing to talk about it. Most people would feel bad for those people and think, you know what? They did live a whole life here, and it's like they're basically here. I'll tell you this, though. The problem with that is that there's no room for such a conversation. There's like no room left for such a so-called reasonable conversation, because anytime, think about it, when you hear about Reagan, they'll say, oh, he gave amnesty. But the thing was, they're going to fix the border. How many times has that been the story of, just do this, and just let them in, just give them temporary protective status, and then we'll fix the border, I swear. It's been a constant scam. Crazy. Just like on a level that's like the greatest experiment of human history, a greatest social experiment of human. That's the level that it's at. And so there's no room. There's no room for, hey, you know what? Because these people are liars. We can't even trust that that's going to go down that way. It's just a big old scam. So, isn't that, you could call it maybe sad, but the room for such a reasonable convo. I mean, people were trying to have this reasonable convo decades ago, but. So, I mean, again, to reiterate, then I'll let you respond. Yes, I think the honest answer to your question is there is such a conversation can exist. But all the goodwill that such a conversation would require has been long ended.
Yeah. See, I asked because I also know that in my communities around here, I run into, this is what I'm trying to get at, is like 2 or 3 years ago, people came here willingly, illegally, knowingly. And I was brought here when I was 3. I've never lived anywhere else. And that's when it hits like the shit hits the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually support that they should not be letting in so many of these people from all these different countries now. But before 9/11, when I was around and I was brought here, I didn't make the choice. I didn't come here, but I ended up, and I have a completely clean record, and it's on documentation because I've lived here my whole life. But then when they say, get rid of all of them, I actually don't get, the funny thing, butthurt, because I understand that it's such a problem now, immigration.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't ever contribute to the problem of immigration. When I was 3, I didn't jump that fence, when I was a 3-year-old baby. So it's like, how can we ever fix that one? Because there's like 2 million of me here that did get brought here, not said, hey, you know what, they opened up the border, let's go and sink ourselves there, but brought here. And have contributed to America to this day.
I hear you, man. So, I mean, how can I put this? I mean, can I say? It's just for me, when I hear, how do I put this? I mean, this is the statement that comes to mind. I mean, I'm thinking about, you say I was 4. What's a 4-year-old have to do with this immigration stuff? I did not contribute to the immigration problem at 4. But here's the thing. You did. You understand? By merely existing. And I know that sounds crazy. Like, why, Nick? Why are you trying to blame me for something? Like, I mean, you could say that for me, by the way. But anyways, it's not a personal attack. It's just, just a description. It's just an accurate description. No, your parents brought you here illegally, and
yeah,
it's just a mere fact. And so, yes, you are responsible in a sense, right? Like, it's like you are the product of that error in a sense, and
I'm the product.
However you feel, you're right, because the children do suffer because of the parents. That is a reality of life.
That's completely true. That's completely true, and let me tell you, it's completely true because I'm left to deal with the political climate consequences now. But if I could, not that if I could, but I can, like, show, hey, I'm not from Haiti. I didn't get here last week to start benefiting off of housing. I've been here. Look at all my documentation from the last 30 years. Does that separate me from the dude who got here from Haiti last week, who's doing maybe God knows what? You could fill in the blank.
And this is what I was saying. Please go ahead, my bad. Yeah, you know what? It just might. It just might, honestly. And this is what I was saying earlier, that this is what I was saying earlier. It's like, it just might separate you, but all the will for such a conversation, it's not there. And put it like this, where would the limit be? Where do you draw the line now? Now, I think maybe you could draw it in some of the things you say. But, well, there's no but. It's just, here's the fact of the situation. I don't know if everybody would want to listen. Do you understand? And here's the problem with all the people protesting and the people. This is why the so-called minorities and immigrants should. Where are they? Why are they not in the streets saying, "Hey, no, we're not like those people"? Because here's what's happening. There's less and less will, and now there's no space for the conversation you want to have. And maybe you're even right. Like, you know what? I would bring something to the country, and I support Trump, etc. But nobody would want to listen now, and it gets worse and worse. Right? They're out there protesting, and it's like, next they're going to remove citizenships from anchor babies like me, and it's like, I don't want that to happen, but a part of me would be like, yo, these people are obstinate. You got to get rid of them all because they do not care. They're like, we're us. You're different. We hate you.
Wait a minute. Did you mention that you were an anchor baby?
That's what I'm saying. It's getting to the point where it's like, if these immigrants act so bad that they'll go even further. Again, these are maybes. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh. You're not being deported right now. Don't live in your head. But here's what I'm saying. Why is these immigrants who are protesting and making things tougher because you're saying you support Trump and you understand these immigrants are causing a problem, but I'm not a problem.
Absolutely.
Well, guess what? The you who live in the I'm not a problem like them, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. You get blended in with them. So there's no space for that conversation. Yeah. So that's one point. And the other point too is, right, like ignorance is not a reason, right? Your parents, you do suffer from the parents' illegal actions. It's just that's not a reason
choices.
Right. And so, it's not I want you to respond because you sound like you want to say something. And then I want to show you something out of curiosity. Because do you know the name Elian Gonzalez? Because you brought up, you were bringing up the deportations and the DACA people from years ago. This was like in the news and all that. Are you familiar with the name Elian Gonzalez?
No.
Okay, you know what? I just said I was going to let you respond, but please, since I brought it up, I'll be really brief. But he was a 6-year-old boy. Who came over in like a boat. He came over in like a boat. They found him like an unaccompanied minor or something like that on a boat. And and he ended up having family here or something like that.
One more update for you.
The point is that he ended up having family in America, and it became a custody battle with the dad back home in Venezuela. And everybody was saying, Elian Gonzalez, he should stay here. 6 years old. He should have a full life in America now that he's here and he's got some family here. Others were like, no, he should be with his father. And they're saying, Elian Gonzalez, you're forcing him to have a bad life in Venezuela and go live in like a third world country or something like that, right? If you look at Elian Gonzalez today, 25 years later, his life is, he said he has a fine life. He has a fine life. You could look it up yourself, but what all that to say what? I mean, I don't know what'll happen tomorrow. Like, but we can't assume you're not getting deported today. That's not happening today. Let's not be in your head. And let's say something happens tomorrow. That doesn't mean a bad life.
Right.
It could be the start of something amazing. I don't know. It's just economy. You could, and then what? Let's say, imagine you become. You have to go to some other country, wherever your parents are from. You're like, okay, I got my assets. I did my best to maintain them and be proactive and think ahead and make sure I can do this should this moment come. Right? You could do some of these things if you're proactive, like your assets and stuff. And then imagine one day you're like, now I'm presenting myself to America, to the American government as a legal person. This is what my mother did, by the way. She was an illegal in America. We moved to Canada. They didn't want to be illegal anymore. And you know what? It was not a good life. I was born right here, so whatever. Anchor baby, got my citizenship by abusing the laws fair and square. But my mother had to present herself to the American government years later, say, yes, that was me. I was illegal. She paid a fine, but now she's all squared and she can travel. And I think that's the story. But you understand? Like, we're in our heads about what our future holds for us. We don't know.
Yeah. I hear you. When I think about no matter what, that I've lived here my entire life, and that if anything happened, whether it's political or an emergency, and I were to go where I was born when I was, 2 and then brought here when I was 3. If I had to go there, I know that I would obviously figure something out. But the same way that, this is I'm going to give you a little puzzle here. It's like when they documented back in 2012 when Obama passed the whole DACA thing. Mm-hmm. When they documented everybody who received it, they got them documented in the system. That's how you could weed out who has been here and who's just getting here, and say, okay, separate those legitimately, and then everyone else is legitimately new, and vet them, because that's who. Did you hear about that? The thing about the shooting of National Guardsmen over in D.C.? Like, those are new people.
And what did they say about Afghans? Do you know what they said about those Afghans? That they were vetted. The exact same thing you're saying. No, but they were vetted. No, we're letting these.
That they were vetted?
Yeah, that's what the claim I saw on. I was watching Fox and Friends, and they were playing a clip of this woman who was saying that these Afghans were vetted. So it's kind of like an old story, right? Hey, no. Let's just count it moving forward. Those Haitians and the Somalians and the Indians, no, they can't stay. But we should be able to stay. And it's just an old story. What can I say? I mean, one thing I sincerely relate with, I mean, how do I put this? Is I was born in America, right? My mom spoke Spanish. She never really learned English. And we spoke Spanish at home. Sure, there's cultural differences in I don't know, I got that indigenous malice maybe a little bit. And I'm different maybe a little bit. I don't know. But I'm like you. I just know this. So I say I'm white on the inside. I don't care what people think about me. Because I grew up here. I love it, and that's all what I know. And I feel the same kinship like any other person. Any other person grew up here too. So I think that's sincere. I don't think that's a dishonesty from you. I don't think that's not real. And yet it remains some of the other things we said. So I'm just rambling now, but I'm speaking honestly. What are you thinking now?
Yeah, I was just thinking about well, how it's like kind of do you think that for example, sorry, it's because I'm
Please.
lagging on I'm lagging because I'm looking at the chat and I'm trying to
No
read a
problem.
little bit of it.
Try not
But,
to do that though. That's yeah.
But for
Never
example,
read the snake pit.
yeah, like do you think that? And again, this is not a. I've spent a lot of time in this country dealing and hearing with all the political bouts, but whatever your honest answer is, it's okay because it just spells out another like chapter. But do you think, for example, like the DACA thing is going to get canceled, like officially ever, by Donald Trump?
I really don't know. I
But
think
what
it
do
might.
you think? Like, do you have faith in it?
I think
like
it
how
might.
he's making a lot of action in the country,
Right, like removing all the temporary protective statuses and
just for him to say, you know what, you're all out. You're all out. Do you
Well,
think it's possible?
no,
think that it's
not in
really
any.
hard
That
to
takes
do.
is going to take some time. We're talking millions and millions. Like I'm just thinking logistically. I heard
That's
that we
what
don't
I'm
even
saying.
have that capability, so to speak. But I mean, they're quickly trying to ramp it up. It's I wouldn't like bet on anything. And honestly, they might deal with DACA and all these things. They just might. I would just stay aware. Honestly, I just stay aware and be proactive. Don't be in your head and do what your head tells you. But all options are on the table. All options are on the table. Self-deportation, staying in America, all options on the table. Your life is, you don't know what comes next.
Well, it's the Wild West right now. So that's why I'm so interested in hearing opinions like yours. Because, like, for example, me, I don't think that it's possible because it's such a... what I don't think is possible is for them to say, hey, it's canceled now, forever, and goodbye to, like, 20, 30, 40, and 50-year-old people that have been here forever, no matter what the reason why they got it. I think that part's impossible because they're fully invested in the country as compared to, like I said, the dude that got here last week. Those are the ones that we see on the news that get deported on planes because they didn't even make it out of the holding cell where they were trying to come in, and for good reason, because they're just floating in. Do you think that he would say, you know what, we're actually going to go and hunt down everybody even those guys that have been here forever, we're going to get them too, just to get everyone out? You think that is actually possible?
Again, logistically, I think it would be an issue. Genuine question, yeah. I really think even with any talk of deport all illegals, I don't even think it's logistically possible in any.
No,
again, I don't really know, but right. Even well, illegals.
Like,
you mean,
like
oh,
DACA,
you mean getting rid
for
of
example?
getting rid of you're
DACAs
saying
are
getting rid of
documented.
getting rid of citizens.
No. Well, yeah.
But like foreign
'cause,
citizens.
for example, like
or green card
kind
residents.
of, but there you go. So like there you go. Let me just explain for like 5 seconds. Like
Go
for
ahead.
example, DACAs are actually documented,
That's
but
right.
they're not permanent. Kind of like a permanent resident can get revoked, even the ones from the islands or another country. If you get permanent residency, you're still not a citizen, but you're documented. DACA is the same.
Well, that's different. But see, those are all a little different. A permanent resident has come. It's a green card. Permanent residency is in Canada, I believe. But in green card, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a foreign individual who came through legal pathways, through visas, and then the proper channels to become a green card holder, and then a citizen. It's a long multi-year process. So that. You're right that DACA are documented, but there really is no relation to permanent residence besides the fact that they both have a document that signifies who they are. Beyond that, there is no connection between DACA and like a permanent resident. DACA is here illegally, but they're documented and they've been. And then Obama is trying to let them stay and all that. But just to be clear, there's the similarities stop at a piece of paper that documents who you are. Beyond that, DACA and permanent residency and citizenship are totally different.
Oh, they are totally different. But DACA is, do you know how Pacific Islanders have something called TPS, temporary protected status?
Correct.
That's the same thing that DACA is. It's a protected status. That's why it exists. And then it gives a work permit, like a work authorization. You renew it every 2 years. So it's not just saying, oh, I'm here. It's saying I'm legally here. So it is the documentation, but it's not as like PlayStation Plus Premium where you're a permanent resident. But even when you're a permanent resident, you're not actually permanent because if you gained it because you're from somewhere else, you could get it revoked.
Of course.
Citizenship is where you get it. Citizenship is where you finally get it.
And honestly, that you should be allowed to revoke that too. And I think you
Revoke
can.
what?
Citizenship. I think you can.
Hey,
I think there are cases where you
be
can.
able to, if
you're a traitor
or things like that. Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
And so I totally, man. So let me put it like this. Let me ask you this, because I got some other callers and all that. Because again, we've had this whole conversation. There's things I totally understand about what you're saying. It's just that the conversation becomes uncomfortable because you got to then, let's say you're a government leader or a voter. You have to pin it down. And where do you pin it down? Where is the limit? You were saying, hey, there's a difference between DACA or someone like you and the Haitian from yesterday or the Afghan from the other day that killed somebody. But here's the thing. This is where it gets uncomfortable. And we can maybe have a little bit of this convo, but this is where the thing is, sure, they may not be killing a National Guard member, but it is dubious how much better they are. Seriously. We're talking about removing citizenships from traitors who don't love America. You're like, heck yeah. Well, think about it, man. How many of our family members don't even care about free speech? They don't even, they have a chip on their shoulder about the white man. You see what I'm saying, man? Like, are they really a model citizen? Even back in Ellis Island, when they brought over like the Irish and the Italians and all that, even that was a problem. They were like, man, these immigrants are bringing crime. They're different. So, I think that's also another conversation to be had. You're saying, well, no, we should put the cutoff line here with those Afghans and Haitians. But I mean, it's
not the ethnicities, but it would be vetted through the documentation that, like, for example, myself could prove from 30 years ago. Whereas somebody else comes here, I don't care where they're from or their ethnicity, they can't prove anything. They would say, oh, you just got here and you're trying to get in here. You know what? This is what Trump's fighting for. You can't come in right now. You know what? We got a problem right now. You're out. This guy over here, he's been here forever. Yeah, whatever. Parents brought him in, blah, blah, blah. But let me look at his criminal record. Nothing. Pays taxes. Contributes. What could you possibly?
If we were a tough nation, maybe. If we were a tough nation and we didn't have all these millions of people, but suddenly we had these 800,000, 500 to 800,000 DACA people, and then the whole country was like, you know what? We're pretty tough. We're already pretty darn good. We don't let anybody in, but these people, we can understand their plight. You know what? We understand their plight. So maybe if we were a tough country, but that's an old story, man. If it wasn't DACA, it was amnesty. It was another thing. It was another thing. It was another thing. It's an old story, man. But no, this one's good. Those immigrants, though, the tomorrow ones, the Haitians, let's stop it there. and it's just an endless thing. The question then, what can I say? I don't know you personally, man. I believe you when you tell me you're productive member here and all that. And when I talk to you and the things you said, I'm like, you know what? If I was a judge in something, I'd let this guy stay. Maybe, yeah, sure. I'm just being honest with like impressions, maybe his feelings too. I don't know. But anyways, that's just what I really think. That's what I really think. It's an old story, and we got to be tough on it.
I got you. I love that you got to talk to me. Just imagine me as a Canadian, and I'm telling you the same thing. I came here a long time ago, and I don't got it all together because I was brought here, and I'm trying to fix it. And it's been 30 years, and I got the proof. Haitian guy, Afghan guy, fucking whatever you want. They don't got it. I do. Am I good? That's
No, because if we say that, I know, but if we say that, we have to say a lie. And again, I'm talking to you here. You seem like, I believe you, man. You seem like a good guy.
Like I said, imagine I'm a Canadian.
Oh, what do you mean by that? Imagine you're a Canadian?
No, I'm saying because a Canadian has to get a green card as well.
Of course.
A Canadian is an immigrant. So I'm saying like...
it'd be the same for them.
It's the same thing no matter where you're from if you're coming into the United States.
Right. But again, this is what I was saying. If we say this about you, we have to say a lie. Because no, your DACA papers, you're saying, but I'm different because 30 years ago I have these DACA papers and I'm like these Haitians. They came in. I have papers. I'm basically legal. That's a lie. No. It was illegals.
I'm not basically legal.
It was illegals.
I'm documented.
And then Obama was like, here. Right. But it's illegal. And to say that you're like a green card holder, the Canadian coming over legally, it's a lie. We'd have to say a lie to say what you're saying. And then if we go along with that lie, now it's like, oh, well then what about all these people? Oh, you let in this guy because he was documented. He's not like these other people. He's documented. But that's not true. We have to say, no, that's a fact. You've been here and that's different than those other people. But I'm saying specifically about going along with you, we would have to say a lie. We would have to say that you are documented, which is like a stone's throw away from being like a green card person, but it's not.
So what about if I was Canadian? Would that make a difference?
If you were brought over by Canadian illegals and then you were like a DACA person and Obama was like, let this Canadian stay, it would be the exact same thing.
Yes. That's my question.
You know what? Let me back up. It would be the exact same thing in the conversation we're having.
No,
but,
I mean...
But
legally,
it's not
legally.
actually.
No. Legally.
No. Put it like this: if Canadian parents came to America illegally, had a kid, and Obama was like, "Hey, that kid is part of DACA," it would be your same situation. That person would need to go, and it would be a problem, sure. But let me be honest here: it would be a little bit different, and here's why.
But why?
If those because let me put it like this: it depends on who. It depends on. We're making a lot of assumptions here in this conversation, but in my mind, in this assumption, in this hypothetical, where these Canadian illegals came over, they're white. They are white in my mind, right? And the illegals that are coming from the southern border, they're Mexican and others. Okay, so in that sense, they are different.
Right, but how are they different if they're from another country? No.
Their situation would be the same. It would be like yours. But if you're asking me, hey, Nick, what's the difference? If I had to find one, it'd be that. Sure, they'd be the same legal situation. They would be the exact same legal situation. But if you're like, hey, Nick, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. Can you find a difference between them? Yeah, here's one. If I had to say one, it'd be that. They're different. They come from different places and cultures and races. And those people think differently and act differently.
But you said because it would be that they're white?
Yes, that would be one distinction between the two groups we're talking about.
And dual citizenship is not proof of 100% allegiance. Even if it's in Canada.
Maybe. I think so, maybe. What are you saying now? I don't know if I'm following.
No. Are you talking to me right now?
Yeah. What is it that you just said?
Oh, I was saying that one of the comments said, but dual citizenship doesn't prove 100% allegiance, even if it's from Canada. So, like, Canada, Canadian people would be white. I'm white.
Me too.
But
on the inside.
On the inside, I can look at you right now. You're white on the outside.
Oh yeah,
too.
I guess I am a pretty white guy on the, pretty white-looking white guy on the inside.
Guy.
But I've never seen myself like that. I grew up with.
I don't know if you ever met Mexicans from like the white parts of Mexico where they're fucking red hairs.
Keep it a little cleaner than that. It's too early for that. It's just far too early for the cussing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No problem. It's just a little too early in the day. You know what I'm saying? But wait, white is more than skin color. No, what do you think about that? Like when I say I'm white on the inside, I'm talking like because like you, I grew up here. I speak like them. I feel like them in many ways, and so. But it's more than skin color. I wouldn't be a European English person just because my skin is fair. My dad is, I think, a Cuban. My mother was a Colombian, so
okay. So if your dad was maybe a Cuban and your mom was maybe Colombian,
for sure Colombian.
You're a Latino.
Yeah. Some say I'm white.
So
some say I'm very white with the Cortez last name and the Spanish heritage. I don't know. I haven't gone that deep on it. I've never gone around calling myself white, though, is what I'm saying. Just on the inside.
Neither have I.
But you're saying I am. But you're saying I am just from the fairness of my skin. I guess I'm gathering now you just simply didn't know I had Latino parents.
No, yeah, you are white skinned. When you fill out an application at the DMV, it shows a little category there, white or other or something like that. And I fill in the white or other because I'm not black, African, or Asian. And I'm Mexican.
Doesn't it say Hispanic somewhere? I've never really had to fill one of those where I had to put that. I don't think in America yet.
You've never filled out one of those? Well, you are white. You are part of the white people. If you came across a ghetto neighborhood over there in New York, they would say you're a white guy, even though you're
But that's
Hispanic,
because of their ignorance, right?
Color.
That would be because of their ignorance.
Exactly, and it's because of skin color. It's because of skin color and their ignorance.
I mean, on this one, you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't blame them. Look at me. My skin is a little whiter. I don't know. I think I have my swarthy. I have a swarthoidness, though. I don't know how you could miss it, but I think you could miss it easily, maybe. So, sir, I really want to get to my other callers, man. But we could go on and on. So I'm going to have to force this because of time. Can you say your last statement here? I hate to do this, sir, but we got to do it.
All good. It was good talking to you, though.
Ramses, man. Can you call me again?
Absolutely.
Incredible. Okay. Take care, sir. Call me again. We can speak on this more and other things. It's only because of time. Right. Thank you. 888-775-3773. In fact, because of time, more like the show's over, but hold on. I'm not going to leave you hanging there. You held on, and there's nothing happening after me. So we're going to do this just this once. We got California on the air. You got a few minutes, sir. Take it away, William. You got a few minutes here. We'll give her a few.
To the caller that just got off the phone, the answer is no. You ain't special. We ain't vetting nobody at the same time. You got to go. That's it. Stop trying to find 45 minutes worth of excuses. No, you're not the same as American Samoa. And the answer is no. That's all it is to it.
Is this an old? Am I right on this? It's an old story, right?
We talked about this yesterday with the welfare. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Talk to your mama. Go back to where you was. Do like one of the guys I think is Doom's Jesus. He said, "Why don't you respect the law and get the hell out of our country, and come back and take it up later? Respect our laws and get out. Don't call into this show trying to make an excuse. You know they coming. No, your DACA, your status don't matter. No, you're not a citizen. You're just not.
I mean, facts.
That's all I
gotta
got.
say facts. William, if I may, because it's facts. It's facts. What you're saying, it's facts. But just for a little fun, devil's avocado. Put in our. What is this silliness? Should we really? Do we need to put ourselves in people's shoes? I don't. We don't need to necessarily do that. But imagine for a moment, you're brought over like fellow over there. You got to be thinking about it, right? You're like, should I go? Should I stay? And so, you know, his lack of movement on it, maybe.
Yeah.
Imagine you're in that situation. You're like, should I go? Should I stay? What do I do? What do I do? Let me call Nick.
You ever heard of home court advantage? I got the home court advantage, and the answer is no. I don't feel nothing for you, and if they come get you, that's on you because I'm not in your country illegally. You need to leave. That's it. The answer's no.
I hear it, and I agree.
We don't owe you nothing. We don't care if you paid taxes and got a job. And you've been here 30 years? The answer's no.
That is fair, William.
And my friends say the same thing. No.
And
that's it.
Loud and clear, William. Can you call me again?
We got the home court advantage, and we say no. You don't make our rules. We make our rules. No.
Loud and clear, William. I think you're right on this. Can you call me again, sir?
Yep.
Thank you for that.
All right.
And I know this is like big talk. I don't want this to happen, what I'm about to say. Like, I really don't. I like my life here. But I've said this before. It's like things are getting spicy a little. You know, these immigrants are getting obstinate, and the younger generations are saying, hell no. I don't care about feeling bad for you. That's enough. You hate me. You're out of here. I'm like, guys, my little like, hey, remove citizenships of anchor babies, make them permanent residents or something so they can't vote, can't run, and then make them prove themselves again to be a true guest of the country. It's like maybe that'll happen or something like that. I said it before. It's like then I'll do what comes next. I'm still living and making and breathing and building, and it's like that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop. I'll be like Elian Gonzalez. I'll go to a country that I've never grew up in. And instead it was, again, fears and all that. I guess we're human, right? But let's not even say that out loud. I'd go to this country I didn't grow up in. I shouldn't be here. I grew up here in America. But let's say this is a parallel universe where this is happening to me. I thought to myself, I'll just be like if they sent Trump to jail, he would become the king of that jail. I'd be like, you know what? This country I've never been in, I'm a come out on top, come out a gangsta. I'm like, hey, I got my ties and my stuff here in this country now. Y'all thought I thought I wasn't going to make it. I was afraid. I was telling myself, I don't know anything about that country. I didn't grow up there. My parents brought me over. Instead of that mentality, gangster, just full migate, just full gambate, I'll just become the king of that prison then. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Rick? We got to go, so I got to give you a minute here, sir.
What's up, Brother Nick, man?
I didn't want to leave you hanging, but please, sir,
you
go ahead.
all right there, brother. Thanks for taking my call, man. Love you, man. Continue on the show, man. And I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving weekend. But I always tell you, man, I love to hear my brother William talk, man. That's my dog, yeah, man. Yes, sir, man. I'm glad you took his call before mine, man. But I like all my brothers and sisters when they call in, man. I love them all, man.
Right on.
But I call William the OG.
He's a OG. Hello? Yep.
OG, man. That's what I call him, man. The OG. And
some might call you an OG, Rit.
Yeah, but see, that's a good thing, man. It's usually the OGs, always the person in the neighborhood that give wisdom to the young and try to make them be the best they can be, But nowadays, these young, they don't have it, man. They just don't have it. It's not out here, man. I mean, it is probably out here, but the young here, man, it's like they just rely on technology, man. And there's a lot with this generation, they don't believe in God, a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Just my opinion, man. It's like they don't They are trying to prove to you that God don't exist. They go out their way to do it. But,
They
you know,
hate
just-
They hate it, right? They have like a outward hatred to it.
Yeah, it's just like I believe in evolution. I believe in abortion. You know, just all that stuff. I always tell them, hey, God, He have these morals for a reason, to protect you. That's what they're all about. God wants you to enjoy life, but He wants you to enjoy life without going through a ton of pain. And you ever notice the Christians that don't, have to have a trauma to come to God, the ones that stay with God, that truly been with God since they've been kids, you hardly hear about them Christians. You ever notice that?
That you hardly hear about them? That is an interesting statement. Yeah, it's
yeah.
always
Most-
like I had a tragedy.
most-
I found God. I found
Yeah,
God,
yes,
Jesus
sir.
in jail,
I
or
call those
at the bottom of the bottom of a cup.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. I call those the traumatized Christians, the one that had something had to happen, like whether it's a divorce, whether they nearly lost their life, all kind of things that brought them to God. But do you ever hear about the Christians that been with God ever since they've been a kid?
Just steady.
And
I
actually
can't
got
say
their
that doesn't make for a
relationship with
story.
God.
I don't think it makes for a big
again?
story. I don't think it makes for a big story, so I can't say I have. Not one memorable.
Yeah, they hardly ever talk about them. You always hear mostly from the traumatized Christians.
Interesting statement, Rick. It's going to leave me thinking a little. I have to cut you off, sir. Can you call me again?
Fine, Brother Nick. Thanks
We're
for taking
so
my
beyond
call, man.
time.
Love you guys.
Yep.
Love all my brothers and sisters who out there listening today, man. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and let's continue to plow forward. Love you guys.
Back
Be blessed.
at you, sir. Call me again.
Yes, sir.
Connor, man, I wanted to get to your call, but I cannot. Folks, hope you enjoyed yourself here on another Chill Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow for more American Anchor Baby. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Black Excellence Wednesday with JLP, the Hake Report. He's got his own show. He may show some Black Excellence, but besides that, I'll see you tomorrow. Same time as we do. Take care for now. I wish y'all well. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thank you, rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. I appreciate Derek, man. Thank you for that Rumble rant. Jermaine with the back-to-back coffees. Buymeacoffee.com/Anchor Baby. And all of my lovely supporters. Let me not do this too fast. I'm looking at this now and I see some lovely super chatters. Thank you for that on YouTube. DJ AK Mr. Sandman. Who you got in a Cassidy versus Easy to Block captain battle? Who are those people? Easy to Block. Easy to Block captain and Cassidy. Who are these people? Sir, these are American poets. My bad. I wasn't familiar with your game. I obviously am not unfamiliar with these contemporary American poets. Cassidy and Easy to Block captain. And I don't know who would win in a fight. I cannot answer such a question. Cry to the Z, thanks for the super chat. Says, God said the meek will inherit the earth, and he wasn't playing. Turn from sin, and he will restore America. You know what I'm saying? Very nice. Cry to the Z. Carver with the super chat says, can you hire a remote Indian co-pilot for Fridays? You're just a genius, Carver. You're just a genius. Walking Roscoe, thank you so much with the super chat. Says, looks like a Beretta 9mm on the right and a mop handle on the left. Silly mix. Oh, I don't think I should have said that one. I think that's a word for Irish people. Cry to the Z says, oh my God is so yesterday. Gracious heavens is valid. Nice. Cry to the Z. I appreciate that. Oh my God. Folks, I gotta get that H out of here. Take care for real now. Peace.